Brooke Shields caused global warming with a few pictures? Sounds ridiculous, right? But the truth behind that line is more surprising than you might expect. Brooke wasn't just another pretty face in Hollywood. She was the face. In the 1980s, her image was everywhere, on billboards, in magazines, on television, and whether she meant to or not, Brooke became one of the most powerful cultural forces of her time. She didn't just model clothes. She sold a dream, a look, a lifestyle. And that dream had consequences nobody saw coming. Her story begins in the late 1970s, when Brooke Shields was barely a teenager. At just 14 years old, she starred in the film Pretty Baby, a role that immediately placed her in the spotlight. The movie got people talking, not just because of the subject matter, but because it was clear this young girl had something that couldn't be taught. A calm confidence, a natural poise, and an ability to pull you in with just one glance. But it was in 1980 that things truly exploded. That year, she became the face of Calvin Klein jeans in an ad campaign that turned her into a global phenomenon. In those now iconic ads, Brooke looked straight into the camera and said the line that would go down in advertising history. "You want to know what comes between me and my Calvins? Nothing." It was bold, shocking, and controversial. Critics called it inappropriate. Some were outraged, but that controversy only made her more famous. Calvin Klein jeans flew off the shelves, and suddenly, everyone wanted to look like Brooke. The world couldn't get enough of her. She was the girl next door with supermodel looks and a mysterious charm that made people stop whatever they were doing just to stare. Her thick eyebrows became a trend. Her effortless beauty set a new standard. Brooke wasn't just influencing fashion, she was controlling it. Magazines praised her elegance, teens idolized her. Adults tried to mimic her style. She wasn't trying to change the world, but her presence alone was shifting culture in real time. Her fame wasn't just about beauty, it was about influence. Everything she touched turned into gold, and the world was buying more than ever before. This is where things take a strange turn. As Brooke's face became more and more visible, global consumerism was also on the rise. People wanted to wear what she wore, use what she used, and live the life she represented. It wasn't just about jeans anymore. It was makeup, accessories, luxury items, anything that could bring them a little closer to that perfect image. Factories increased production. To meet demand, goods were shipped across continents. The pressure to keep up with the rising wave of fashion and beauty trends led to a serious spike in manufacturing and transportation. All of that activity added more and more pollution to the planet. And while it's completely unfair to blame Brooke herself, it does show just how powerful one person's image can be. She was a teenager doing her job, modeling, acting, and representing brands. But the reaction to her presence changed how people lived, what they bought, and how much they consumed. Suddenly, the world wasn't just admiring her, they were chasing her. And that chase left a mark not just on pop culture, but on the planet itself. Even beyond her modeling days, Brooke continued to shape entertainment. She starred in hit films like The Blue Lagoon and Endless Love, movies that kept her in the spotlight, and further cemented her image as a symbol of beauty and grace. But she wasn't just a pretty face reading lines. She connected with people. There was something real and human beneath the glamour, and that's what made her stand out. Her fame didn't fade, it evolved. She moved through Hollywood with a quiet confidence, never desperate for attention, but always catching it anyway. Years later, Brooke Shields is still in the conversation. At 59, she remains stunning, elegant in a way that doesn't feel forced or rehearsed. But more than that, she's become a voice for issues that matter. She's opened up about her struggles, supported women's rights, and become a strong presence both on and off the screen. It's easy to remember her as the girl in the jeans ad, but she's much more than that. She's a survivor of fame, a woman who has grown into her power, and someone who continues to inspire in new and meaningful ways. So did Brooke Shields really cause global warming? Not literally. But the massive influence she had on consumer culture, fashion, and media in the 1980s played a role in creating the world we live in today. Her rise to fame triggered a chain reaction, one that reached into every corner of society, and changed how we think about beauty, success, and style. And that change came with consequences, some of them environmental. The real takeaway here isn't about blame. It's about understanding influence. Brooke's story reminds us how powerful one person's image can be, When millions of people follow one trend, one look, one idea, it adds up. And while she was just a teenager making her way in the world, the waves she created still echo decades later. So what do you think? Was Brooke Shields just an icon of her time, or did her influence shape something much bigger? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this story as fascinating as we did, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another moment. There's so much more to talk about. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.